Welcome to Mitchell's Plain in Cape Town. It's a slightly windswept day in a corner of the city that's not normally associated with good news stories, and initially this wouldn't seem to be one either. It's the story of a young kid who lost his home, the one that he and his family used to live in right where I'm standing, owing to a fire. But what was a really bad news story has turned into an inspiring story as the community's come together, mainly through the help of a rather well-known cricketer whose foundation normally focuses on producing the next generation of superstars, but also, as is seen here, does such important work in bringing a community together. JP, I remember seeing this story first of all when it broke. I think you were talking about it on social media, and initially it was heartbreaking, and I was watching it, but that heartbreaking nature, and as sad as it still is, has kind of been swept away by just how quickly the community all came together.
I've been truly overwhelmed by just the response of, you talk about social media, I literally put a picture and a request on Instagram just asking for people to come out and help and show a little bit of heart. And the amount of response that I got was truly inspirational. To see the family go through the heartache is probably the worst part of it. This is the first time that I'm actually at the property, and to see the damage that was done by the fire is heartbreaking, but more importantly, to be able to rebuild this for them and possibly even better to what it was is truly inspirational.
Now there's a particularly personal touch to this because young Lee, who's the boy in the family, is part of your foundation.
Yeah, he's been part of the foundation for about 5 years now, and a great young kid.
I think we should roll up our sleeves, so to speak, get inside and see if we can lend a little hand.
Let's do it.
All right.
Cool.
We lost everything. We could only run out with pajamas.
And it's actually heartbroken because I saw my house after the firefighters, everything was burnt down, and I asked mommy first thing. I asked mommy to get my school books, my cricket kit. I just got a new bag and my phone as well. Like 8 years old, I started playing for JP, and he's actually a good person.
I would just like to say to JP and his family, thank you very much for opening your heart towards us as a Mosa family. I really, this man is really sent from God in an angel shape, but I'm really grateful. Thank you so much.
So Dion Bing is an old friend of mine from Cape Town. He owns the Surf Airwaves and Waves, both sets of them. You know Cape Town so well. This is the kind of good news story that just reminds people of why this city is so special to them, coming together at real time of crisis and making some magic.
For sure. You know, we get these desperate situations all the time happening. And even in tough times, we're talking lockdown and COVID and everything like that, people dig deep in the resources, whether it's from a company side, whether it's from a personal side, that you're going to grab a paintbrush and start painting. People dive in.
And we need stories like this more than ever because the world's in a horrible place. But you come out here, you see what's happening, and yes, it was a horrible story, but the response to it does just put a bit of a spring in your step.
It absolutely does, you know. And I'd like to put that out to everybody, you know, when the call comes out again, and it will, get involved, you know, raise your paintbrush, chuck in a basin or something like that, because the good vibes that come out of being part of it are so special. So
this is a part of what you do, and it's a wonderful, wonderful part, but there is so much else to the JP21 Foundation. Talk to us about where you are now and where you're hoping to go.
So currently we've got 38 schools in the Mitchell's Plain area that partake in the JP21 Foundation League. Ideally we'd want all primary schools to be on board, which is 54, and then also a transitional program, which is then goes into the high schools, and that leads to a bigger story for us, which is an indoor facility. And this is the vision that we have for the JP21 Foundation, particularly from a high school perspective, because the transition for us is all about giving kids opportunities to practice better, to have the facilities, to have the coaching, and we believe that this facility can provide that for them, but also creates a bit of hope within the community to know that there's something that they look forward to when they go into high school. So that for us is a major project, and we're very confident that we can make this happen.
And rightly so, because the right man is at the helm. The cricket career may be done, but changing lives is just beginning. The JP21 Foundation doing an amazing job here with the Adams family, but changing so many other lives as well across Mitchell's Plain.